Hey everyone, Andre back from Wings Mobile Detailing. In this video, I'll show you the comparison between the actual 2026 Tesla Model 3 and compare as well the version 14.2 of the full self-driving software. We're gonna go out, take the car for the road, but let's start with the actual car. The difference between the 2025 Tesla Model 3 and now the 2026. So first on the cosmetics of the car is the only difference is the logo. They changed to black. It used to be chrome silver, but now it's a black logo. And the other part of this car is down here. This is, now they included a front camera, and it's very neat and convenient because then you can, from your steering wheel, you can press the button and be able to see what's in front of the car right here. And you're not dependent upon just those three cameras up there. You also have a neat feature to rinse the camera if you press a button on the steering wheel on the screen. Walking around the car here, now that's another feature. They added back the stock, but just the turning signal stock right here. And it's a very soft pull. Much better than the previous version. The 2025 version of the Tesla did not have that stock, but people started complaining on forums and they added it back on the 2026. As far as the size goes, it didn't change much from the previous model. This is all white interior. They do have, but they always had before, the screen here for the passenger in the back. And here you can also change the AC functions as well as the fan speed. So you have only 2 speeds difference here. And as far as the seat goes, you can have heater on the back seats, but you do not have cooling. Only the front seats that you have the cool function here. You can also see some play, some Netflix, watch YouTube when the car is even driving, and the screen as well. Now, the difference between the Model Y, although it's not the purpose of this video, but a reasonable difference in between, as far as the height of the ceiling and your space, your leg room here. The Model Y will have much better leg room, more space, and the back seat here does lean back and forward through a button on the screen and on a side button here on the seat. But that's just the Model Y version that has those additional features besides the size. Now let's go on driving and show you the actual version 14 of the full self-driving software. I already set the address we were going to, and with the version 14, you press on the brakes. Of course, you always have to put your seatbelt on, and now you have the option to just tap the brake pad and to drive. So there's no stocks here on this new 2026 model. So you just press on the brakes, and it's already put on drive. Now you press to drive and go, and you just go, or you can press start self-driving right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start from the parking lot, and we're gonna test into the highway, stop signs and everything, and I'll show you the pros and cons of this new version compared to the previous software. Starts right there. You have to like always keep your hands here. Now the stop sign, they did not improve on the stop sign. See, there are no cars coming right now. There's a stop sign over here, and the car went to a full stop right now. It takes a while. I would have already gone. So that's one of the cons of the version 14 that they did not improve on. There's another stop sign. There are no cars coming from both sides, and it's still waiting. It drives pretty well. Of course, the full self-driving has always been amazing, but I'm really gonna do a focus on the comparison here. So as you guys can see, the speed limit is at 45. And unfortunately, with this new version, they did not improve on going faster than the speed limit. right now there sometimes it goes below this actual speed limit, and it's very annoying. I always have to keep pressing on the accelerator pad here. As you can see, I'm on the standard speed, so pretty regular. With the new version 14 that we have right now compared to the previous one, it's even more annoying, because before before it used to go above the speed limit way faster, and now it tends to go slower. And another issue with that is that I cannot select right here. I cannot select the speed anymore. Before, I used to roll up and I could increase the offset speed over here. But now when I turn the knob on the steering wheel, it just switch modes. It goes from standard to hurry and Mad Max. And even when I change to Mad Max, the speed does not change. Let's go back to standard. Now, as you guys can see, I'm still in standard mode, and I am right at the speed limit, and all the cars are passing me. So before the version 14, and you guys have to think about it before upgrading, I didn't have that issue. The car would have been going at 68 miles per hour here, or 9 above the speed limit. Even if you configure the car to the speed limit set, it's not gonna budge anything. So that's the only thing. If I go to hurry or Mad Max, yes, it's gonna go slightly faster, but just slightly, just 2 or 3 miles over. Now let's see how it goes on the tow booth. It's pretty smooth, just like the previous version. It was already pretty amazing. This one is still doing pretty well. It should go right through. And no interventions whatsoever. Speed limit went to 60 miles per hour. And that's another issue with this new version, is it takes a while for the car to pick up with the speed limit. Whereas in the previous version, it would pick up even before the speed limit set was changed. We're still not hit the speed limit of 60 yet. So I guess that's the biggest annoyances with this new version, is that it made things worse when it comes to the overall driving speed. There is a positive. There is one improvement, so we're not just stuck with the cons. There is a positive on this new version, which is when you arrive at the location, if it's at a supermarket or there's a parking lot, the car parks the car for you. It finds the nearest spot and it parks for you, and it starts this full self-driving from the parking lot. And it can also start the full self-driving from your garage location. So if your car is parked inside the garage, you just press start full self-driving and it goes from there. And they haven't yet fixed this hands-free. You still have to keep your hands on the steering wheel, otherwise it's gonna beep, and if it beeps for too much, it's gonna penalize you and eventually take away the ability to do the full self-driving. So you always want to make sure to keep your hands here and staring at the road. As we talked about the front camera that we had, it's nice for when you're parking and you have a button here in the steering wheel that you press, and you're able to see just like in the previous version here. But if you scroll down, you can see the front camera that's in the front bumper. So this is nice for when you're parking, getting in the parking lot and seeing how close you are to the curb or the car in front of you. And there's also a feature here where you press the button and you can rinse the front camera, but it's only active when the car is on park. Another feature that didn't have on the previous one was the blind spot light. So when a car comes by on the side, right there you see the red light, tells you that there is a car coming, blind spot. Also, these are the settings for the autopilot. It's pretty similar than the previous version. You have some statistics here, and you have an option to press brake if you wanted to confirm autopilot, full self-driving, as well as the speed limit profile, where you can change this from the steering wheel, scroll wheel. and the speed offset, which really doesn't make much of a difference. Now we're coming through another tow booth. It seems like the car follows the car in front of us. So whichever the car in front of us is going, whichever booth, it tends to follow that one. The car's going a bit slow. So I like how smooth it gets on tow booth. It doesn't stop, right? It just continues going. It slows down to a safe speed, but it doesn't go too slow. So that's pretty convenient and pretty good. So far, there were no interventions. Another nice feature that they added, but I don't use it very much, is if you click here, it tells you the speed profile, slot to choose standard or hurry, but also a destination. You can select whether you want to park at a parking lot or curbside. So here I'm gonna select curbside. So when it gets to the destination, it should park itself by the side of the street. So here we're getting more of a downtown area, and we're gonna see how it's going to react. It's still pretty smooth. Nothing changed much as far as comparing to the previous version. They're both working pretty incredible. Should stay in the left lane. And now turn to the right lane. That's correct. Of course, the full self-driving version, it drives in the city streets. So it stops for traffic lights and does everything else, pretty much, comparing to just the standard without full self-driving capability. So we have an EU sign here, and we have cars coming over that to the left side. Let's see. Yes, clear to go. And that's the building we're stopping. So you see how it's actually just parking itself. The building is right there, the Wings office, and it just parked. I thought it was going to go around the building to the front of the building, but that's usually where I park anyways, coming to the office. So that's a win. And it's already on park automatically. Now, real quick, before we end the video, for the front camera, when I press here, now I have the option to clean it up if the camera is dirty. In this case, it's not. So I can just press this button and it's gonna squish water in the camera. Clean up a bit. And roll back up. You have the rear camera as well. Now this is the comparison between the vehicles, the software, and we got it pretty cleaned up with Wings mobile detailing as well. So with the wide interior, you definitely want to get the seats, everything protected by a quality company. And that's what we do. Subscribe to the channel if you want to follow more videos of us even detailing Tesla. We specialize in Tesla detailing and protecting the vehicle, to paint these vegan seats, all the dashboard and everything to make sure it's always immaculate. Thank you very much.